everybody, it's Marissa, and this week's theme on Life with Six Girls is Story Week. So I just want to say in advance that I'm on vacation and I forgot my camera, unfortunately, and I'm staying in my brother's apartment, and in his apartment it has terrible lighting, and it literally would look better without this obnoxious lamp on, so that's why the lighting is terrible. Please bear with me. So as I was filming that last clip, I realized that the blinds were shut to the window, so hopefully the lighting's better. I think this theme is pretty self-explanatory, but basically what you do is you tell a story, and you can either tell one, you can tell two, you can tell however many, and it could be sad, it can be funny, it could be scary, it could be anything. I actually have to think of stories on the spot. It's actually kind of hard to do it, but I'm going to tell you an awkward story. It might not be awkward, it might have only been awkward if you were like physically feeling that emotion, but so what happened was I had just dyed my hair. The dye faded, but basically it was blue at the bottom, and since it was ombre in, it went up pretty high. So I had just gotten it done that day, and then I had to stop at CVS on the way home with my mom, and then it was just my mom and I, and my mom, we were shopping, walking around, and my mom goes, "Marissa, I forgot something in the car, can you get it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure," and I walked to the car, and then when I look at the door, because I was like getting ready to go back in, I noticed my ex and his family was walking in, and I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do, because he hates me, I don't want to go into details, but he hates me, like he blocked me on all social media, and he blocked my number, I'm pretty sure, and so yeah, I was like, oh, well, if he sees me, he might start something, because I always overthink everything, and then I was like, oh, what am I gonna do, so I was like, alright, I'll wait until he's walked in and probably lost in shopping and with his family, and then I'll walk in with my mom, well, by myself, because I did something. And so I waited like, I guess 2-3 minutes, and then I was like, alright, let's go in. And then I was walking in, and of course he's walking out. And then I was like, who shops in 2 minutes? Like, what are you doing? You're in CVS, like, this should take you a while. And then so as I was walking in, he was walking out, so we of course had to look at each other, and being the stupid child I am and not paying attention, I almost bumped into him, and then he of course had a reason to stare at me because my hair was blue all of a sudden, and yeah, so since he was looking at me, I was just kind of like, hi, and he was like, ew, because he hates me. I'm not gonna get into details, but he hates me. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Well, again, it might only have been funny if you were there, but this actually happened a couple days ago. I was at an aquarium with my mom, my sister, and then a family friend who's like older than my mom, and then me. So we were in the aquarium in the food court because I'm a fat ass who's hungry, and this girl was having like a temper tantrum, and it wasn't exactly a temper tantrum. She was just kind of like grunting and making weird noises for whatever reason, and she was like 13 or 14. Let me tell you that she wasn't like a 2-year-old, and she's just sitting there like having a temper tantrum, and she's like, and my sister just goes same, and like she wasn't saying it towards her, she was saying same to me in the conversation we were having, and the girl thought it, and I laughed because what we were talking about was funny, and then I don't remember what we were talking about, but we were talking about something, and then the girl stares at me, like dead on, just stares at me with a blank face, and then I guess she thought I had said it, and then I was making fun of her, and then I was like, can I help you? And then like she just kept staring at me for like a minute, and I'm like, I'm not even exaggerating, it was like a minute, and then she eventually walked away because her parents called her, and then the family friend was like, what was that about? And I was like, I wish I knew. And then as I'm paying for my food, she starts staring at me again from her table, and I was like, what do you want? And she just kept staring at me, and then she was close enough for me to hear what she was saying, and she goes to her family, I scared a girl. And then I went, no you didn't. And she was like, I guess she took that as another reason to stare at me. And then as we walked to our table, of course my family picks the table closest to hers, and she just kept staring at me like it's nothing. And then I was like, take a picture, it'll last longer. And then she got all angry again, and then her family was like, alright, let's go look at whatever animal, and then they left, and I was like, oh, I'll tell you like an awkward / weird story again. And so basically I have kick, and this random dude just kicked me, and he just said hi, and then I was like, hi, ? And then he was like, how are you? Then he just kind of kept talking to me as if he was my friend, even though I didn't know him. And then he was like, so can I see a picture of you? And I immediately just thought he meant like nudes or something, so I started flipping out on him, like literally flipping out. And then he was like, "What's your problem?" And I was like, "What's yours? You're a pervert." And he was like, "I'm not a pervert." And I'm like, "You asked me for nudes." He's like, "I didn't ask you for nudes." I was like, "Yeah, you did." He was like, "No, I didn't. I asked to see a picture of your face." And I was like, "Oh." Like, I guess it's bad because either which way he still asked for a picture and I don't know him, but it didn't mean something inappropriate and I took it that way. For this video, I'm really sorry. It's bad and the lighting's kind of bad and this angle is bad and the quality is bad, but thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and watch some of the other videos the other girls made. Watch some of my old videos. I hope you liked it. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. I'll leave some links below. Bye.